What is up, my friends? We are in the 4.6 PTU, and I really wanted to show this ship off. This will be a slight departure from my normal sort of industry focus, but I'm really curious to see what it's like to get reacquainted with my original starter ship. What did you start with? Because for me, it was the Aurora MR, which a lot of you probably by now know had gotten its gold pass in 4.6. That is where we are. That is what we're testing. I can't wait to get reacquainted with my starter ship almost 6 years later. I haven't flown this ship literally since I pretty much started the game. It's kind of insane. This is the Aurora MR. Mark 1, you know, the original. Eventually the Mark 2 is going to come and play. And if anything, for just keepsake, I'll probably always have the original MR in my garage. But on this, what we've done is we've equipped it with buzzsaw size 1 ballistics repeaters, which are pretty awesome. I've in 4.5 and on with engineering come to really enjoy this series of weapon. It's not really a category that's really widespread. You have your ballistics cannons, your ballistics gatlings, and then you have your laser repeaters, laser cannons and such, ballistics cannons as well. These are ballistics repeaters, and they share a very similar projectile velocity as the distortion weapons too. Only about 100 meters per second difference. 1200 for these, 1300 for the XJs and the suckers. Some very viable pairing options when it comes to combat in the engineering realm with shutting down enemy ships. But we've gone with the full 4 size 1 buzzsaw repeater build, ballistic repeater build on this Aurora. Remember, keeping in mind, like I said before, the Aurora only comes stock with 2 weapons equipped and 2 empty slots on these upper wing slots that you can equip for a 4 size 1 weapons. And that might not sound like a lot, but when you've got a light fighter like this, it might just get the job done. That's what we're here to find out. Now, I'll probably get a better look at this gold standard ship, which means that it is fully physicalized. It's done. It's got its fine polish. So physicalized components, actual buttons here like this now, this entry keypad that is port and starboard with the stairs, which is really cool. As well as you got your bed here, which is nice. This is very simple starter ship material, guys. Even more bare bones than something like a Nomad or a Prospector, of course, which I don't think the Prospector will qualify as a starter ship. But the other realms of starters, like your Avengers, your Origin 100s, the Mustangs. But at least you've got a full area to lay down in bed log. You can exit port and starboard, and I believe you're supposed to be able to store up to 3 SCU of cargo on this thing. I'm not exactly sure where that would go. Right here? Is this the cargo section? I like how you sort of like pinch to get into the pilot seat, which is really cool. And of course, being an early RSI ship, we've got struts for days, baby. But at least there's not one like in our direct, targeting line of sight. We just have this pocket here, which is very fighter jet-esque in a sense. But you have all this other view, which is nice. What I am going to do, though, we're going to hit open all doors, which will show where the components are on this ship. Bam! Check that out. So we'll get a better view of that once we're actually out in space and we can EVA. It's not really easy to get up to that stuff when you're actually landed, but you can see our 2 shields in the back. We're running Palisades. This is not stock. We're rocking the Hurston Dynamics livery. We've got 2 Class A civilian Gelid coolers to really be able to maximize our power pip use, which with ballistics isn't much of a problem. We're running a Breton power plant for maximum power, 2 Palisade shields, a Colossus quantum drive, and then of course our task force missiles at the top, just 2 of them, and our shredders are size 3s, our buzzsaw ballistics repeaters. Let's go ahead and close this thing up. It's awesome seeing older ships get some love, man. Dude, this thing is a bullet flying out of the atmosphere at over 400 meters a second. I'm visiting this ship now with a very different perspective, with the many years and hundreds to if not thousands of hours of experience flying other ships, and there's something kind of nostalgic about getting back in this thing. We're going to blitz up into space, and then we'll do an external tour of where all the components are, and then we're going to get into some bounty, some combat. I'm really going to get to know this ship all over again, so let me know what you guys think, if you're excited about this, or what you might think of the Mark II coming at some point. All right, we are helmet on. We are fully stopped, so we're going to go ahead and EVA. That whole cabin is currently vented, which is a little nutty. But now we can get a proper look at the ship and maybe see where the interactions are for the doors. Is it this one up here? No. So how do we... Is this going to be an open all only kind of thing? Component bay access. Clearly labeled right here on the port side of the ship. I wonder if it only accesses port side components. So, what do we have here? Let's pull out our tractor rifle and see what we're looking at. We got our cooler there. Yep, it's a light ship, so if you don't hit the component directly, you will hit your ship itself. Are these component access keys? No. So that button gave me access to the forward cooler, but not to the shield. Oh, there's another access button here. Open. Ah! What do we have here? Power plant and quantum drive. Quantum drives are always a dead giveaway because of the jump drive here sitting on top of it. But this is our Colossus quantum drive, and this is our Breton power plant by Juno Starworks. This is how you would interact with the stuff. You know, you can pull these out. So this is our Breton power plant. So with it out of the ship, it ain't going to be doing anything. When you put it back, you have to position it in a way that will give the green light. So right now it's yellow. I believe it needs to be Juno up, like that. There we go. Now it'll pop back in. All right, so top component access is right up here. So we'll close this up. Nice. All right, we can also close this one up. It's cool seeing the little blue buttons here as a giveaway of where these parts are. So if I had to... Aha! Ha ha! There it is. Shield access. Oh, I love the labels. This is great. Yep, and these are our Palisade shields. There's going to be one on either side. Will this grant us both, or is it only port side? Cool. This thing's got a lot of buttons, guys. All the buttons open individual areas. So this is your port side shield access. Your starboard side, sorry, shield access is going to be down here. Just look for the blue buttons. That is how you interact with the different stuff. You can also just do the open all, close all trick from inside. And it looks like these are all in symmetrical portions of the ship, which is cool. So accessing the cooler, and then what would be your life support, if I'm correct. Yep, that is the life support piece here. So if you got to fix that, it's right behind your starboard cooler. Good to know. And then this is your starboard shield generator, which again, buttons are not too far from where the component access is. That's really freaking cool, dude. Are these boosters? Yeah, that's a booster. I haven't really noticed any fuses, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There's less stuff that can go wrong, right? Problem is, that power plant's going to be super easy to hit, because you pretty much just got to aim dorsally on the Aurora, kind of right around where these protrusions are, to knock out its power plant. But hey, that is just the way the cookie crumbles in this version of the game. Yeah, and I don't see any fuses inside. You do have a nice fat bit of storage right below the bed here, which is awesome. And the ships now lovingly come with the bigger cambio canisters full. So thank you, CIG, for that. That is awesome. That's going to go a long way. We do have spare fuses as well as a smaller cambio too. I don't know if you have to like lay down to get to the fuses. I don't see them. Alright, fighting in the good old rings of yellow where you gotta watch out for asteroids while you dance with these ships. It's exhilarating. Alright, combat activated. We got a Gladius. I want to make it not super easy to hit me as we're coming in. Rotate around. This ship is incredibly easy to control, which is wonderful. I think he is already down. I think our ballistics punched right through.
We'll mark one less shithead on the run. Pleasure doing business with you.
That's already the mission, man. Wow. Alright, pretty sure he's disabled. We still have 800 rounds. These buzzsaws are pretty great. Oh, we got a heavy fighter target. I don't think I'm going to be able to disable this guy before I run out of ammo, but we're going to try. I'm not really sure where his vital spots are. I'm trying to find it, actually. Oh! Oh my god, what is hitting us? I think the turrets from the security post might have just been lighting us up. Remembering how nimble this thing is, this Vanguard cannot touch me. Problem is the amount of ammo I went into this fight with, though. Oh, we got him! He is now gonna fall to his death. Alright, we got a Hornet Bandit in sight. Let's see what we can do. Oh, that desync, bro.
Crap!
There we go. Target disabled. Man, we are battling some desync. We took some crazy damage I wasn't expecting. Now, the cool part is seeing that that fight, too, only took about 400 rounds out of the guns. These buzzsaws are awesome on the Aurora. If you guys haven't tried them, you should give them a shot. You can get the entire category of these ballistic repeaters from Orson or New Babbage. They are the buzzsaw for size 1, sawbuck for size 2, and the shredders at size 3, and I don't think they go above that right now. Alright, so I'm going to go around and hit all of the component access points to make sure we can see everything. Remember, we got this dorsal button here. They're going to be nice and blue lit up. Oh wow, we just repaired the hull with one tap. That is probably not supposed to be that fragile. That's why it turned red so fast. Because it took nothing. We just tapped it with our repair tool and fixed it, which I think puts us... Hey, what's this? Oh, okay, it registered as completely repaired as well. See, that's going up reasonably fast. I think that's a good amount of time for repair. Let's see. 97, 98, 99, 100. I think that is a good cadence. It's a bit slower, but I can see the progress moving. I wouldn't mind it being just a hair faster, but it's livable, I think. Alright, I believe we have everything repaired. We'll pop in, close all doors, and maybe tackle one more. Looks like we got everything but one tiny piece all fixed up. Kind of under the winglet on the diagram that's slightly red. We might try to fix this one part and then call it, because we're starting to get that input lag that was making the game pretty much unplayable earlier. Like right now, I can't change directions. There it is. I think that was it. The cargo area. That's what was still busted. Oh, look guys! Fuses! Fuses and radar. We found them. They're down here. There's one more comp access button. You can close that up to send it back in. Okay, that's cool. We figured it out by the end. I wonder how many people commented before realizing that I eventually did get to it. Alright, that should be everything now. Yeah, input lag and everything is starting to catch up with the Crusader system. So I don't think it's going to be smooth enough to really do more bounties. The last one with the Hornet was already janky as hell. But I think this was a lot of fun to really get a full in-depth look at the Aurora, even finding out where the fuses are located, as well as the radar system if you ever need to repair it. We were pretty much able to get the ship back up to tip-top shape. There's still a slight little bit of red under that wing, which makes me think something out there still busted. See, I've already hit to exit my seat, and there's the response. That's how bad the input lag is on the PTU today. Looking forward to that update tomorrow to hopefully clear that out. Well, considering my inputs haven't been recognized since leaving the ship and we're still drifting away, I think that's a good way of saying we're done for the day. Chris Roberts is telling us to get out of here. This is pretty normal in the PTU cycles. Wave 1 was actually smoother than expected, had a lot of hiccups here and there around Levski. It went to all waves, and it's not uncommon for there to be some degradation, but no doubt the devs will be on this to fix it tomorrow, which will be Monday for me, depending on when you're seeing this video. Usually late afternoon for me. But let me know what you guys think of the Aurora down below, the gold standard, if you've seen it. If you got any questions about the weapon setup I used on here, or just in general on the ship, or other ships you want to see, let me know in the comments below, my friends. And until then, I will catch y'all out in the verse. Take care.